again.
Some wild cats.
Do you hear me? We back with it, man.
You're listening to some wild cats.
You guys represent what is best in America.
Hey, Craig, let me ask you, do you use the same type of Beijing, or do you just, like, you mix that up? like you do just for men?
These dudes, boy.
Yo, I'm getting ready to put y'all up on something, man.
From the DMV
to Wildcats.
Now, let's start the show.
Okay, here we go, man. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
What is up, my peoples? Yes, we are back at it. Some Wildcats podcast coming to you live from some Wildcats studios, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. And I am Craig Black. And as always, I got my family in the building with me. Let me bring them to the room. I got my man Keith, a.k.a. Cat Daddy Keith, a.k.a. Keith the Freak, a.k.a. Coach Keith, a.k.a. He's small-minded. What's up, Keith?
Hey, man. What's up with you, Black? I see I'm starting to be the first in the rotation this year. I like this spot right here.
Yeah. You number one, man. You number one. Bring you in first,
I'm sure
man.
We'll cuss each other out at some point before this is over today. So good to see you right now. Good afternoon, my brother.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Also in the building, I got my man Ant, a.k.a. the coach, a.k.a. the old man, a.k.a. agent, a.k.a. he's somewhere in New York City. What's up, Ant?
What's up, Chocolish?
Chocolish. I like that.
Wow.
That's all right. Chocolish.
Oh, wow.
Chocolate shit. It was Chocolish. What was that? All right. Also in the building, I got my man. He's back. He ain't been here in a while, but he's showing his face. Y'all give it up for my man Tony, a.k.a. the talent, a.k.a. Bowie State's finest coach of them 3-time CIAA champions. What's up, Tony? What's going on, Bags?
Hey, what's up, man? The talent is definitely back in the building.
The talent is back in the building. And last but not least, well, we never know who may show up tonight. You never know. But last but not least, we got my man Derek, a.k.a. the sponsor, a.k.a. the wallet, a.k.a. he pays all the bills, but we ain't got none. What's up, Derek?
What's happening, Craig Black? What's happening, family? Oh, the talent is back in the building.
Yeah. We're only missing a couple people right now. My man Glenn and Dave. I don't know where they at. But nevertheless, let's break it down for the peoples, man. This podcast is about us and our friendship over the last 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Well, all them years we've been friends. Long time. And it's about the topics we want to cover because we don't give a goddamn about what you think. It's all about what we think. All right. Well, let's jump right into it, man. Let's go to the NFL. He's not still in the NFL, is he? Well, anyway, let's go to the NFL and talk about Antonio Brown. Yes, he jumped on on Brian Gumbel's Real Sports with his lawyer, and well, let's just take a look, listen, watch.
Were you seen to resent the feelings of so many former coaches and teammates that you were in need of mental assistance? Does that bother you?
Mental assistance from who?
Professional assistance.
To the extent any of that is coming from a spin that Antonio had a spontaneous mental episode, it's resentful and it's hurtful, and it's a disservice to people who do suffer from mental health challenges. We all have our difficulties, Antonio, myself, everybody.
Yeah, these guys at Tampa Bay Bucks try to make an agreement with me to give me $200,000 to go to the crazy house so these guys could look like they know what they're talking about. These guys are professional.
Wait.
Treated me
they
wrong.
offered you $200,000 for what?
The offer was Antonio would basically sit on the sidelines, go on some...
Well, that is, it may be true. It seems like they did offer him that money to actually sit out. But the craziness continued. The interview went on, and y'all listen to the rest of this interview.
And commit himself to some form of intensive mental health treatment. And we were specifically told in writing by the general manager twice, don't spin this any other way.
Antonio, do you think you need mental help of any kind?
I have mental wealth, man. I know a lot of people may not understand me or know how I look at things or don't know how I react emotional to things, but it's not for them to understand me. You know, I got a beautiful family, kids, and people all across the world that look up to me. And there's no reason I'm in this position at this point, you know.
So, man, that dude, he needs some help, man. They talk about
Brian Gumble face says it all. Look at Brian Gumble face.
Look at Antonio Brown with the smirk, with the laugh. I mean, it's like you can't even take him seriously. It's like
Brian Gumble is such a nice guy. His face just said, "Nigga, what?"
He said wait 8 times, didn't he?
But no. You know what it remind me of? It remind me of that Kevin Hart meme. He's like, wait, you're not gonna just speed past that like you ain't say that.
Yo,
hey man, that's the beginning stages of CTE.
I've been saying that.
Trust me, I ain't no clinician or doctor, but he got beginning stages of CTE. That broken English, you know what I'm saying, and all that stuff that he's talking. That's all symptoms of all them hits that he took, man.
I believe that. I believe that. I mean, he's been he has too many just crazy outbreaks, outlandish. You know what I mean?
It's been since that last one with Burfict hit him in Cincinnati.
Well, they've been saying that too.
Yeah,
bro. All he could do was keep his mouth quiet. He was guaranteed $30 million with the Raiders, like for about 2 days. He could have guaranteed his $30 million, then went right back to who he is 2 days after he messed $30 million up. That's crazy, man.
So he just had to be in the NFL on the team.
No,
to get that $30 million.
With the team, and like not cause distractions or whatever. And I think that's when he went to the cryotherapy zone and got the sock stuck to his feet, where he couldn't practice. He did something to make them cut him before his $30 million was guaranteed. Nobody in their right mind messes $30 million up to play on an incentive-laden contract, bro. Nobody does. Okay, how much money you got? That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Well, I'll say a prayer for Antonio Brown. But in other NFL news, we're gonna keep it moving. Mr. Tom Brady, via Adam Schefter seems to know everything, has officially retired. So Tom Brady is done. He's out of here. And
I say show that dude some love, man.
They was showing he was holding his rings. I mean,
he the greatest to ever do it, man.
He's the best to ever do it.
Yeah, absolutely. He's definitely the GOAT. But I mean, he has too many other things to do outside of football. I mean, he might as well. I mean,
but when you say he's the GOAT and he's the best he's ever do it and all that, his time in Tampa Bay show and prove that he is one of the best quarterbacks. But are we just going to just speed right by all the deflate gate, the spy gate, and all that stuff?
All of it. It was one.
I mean, it was only one. The other ones they didn't. It wasn't. It was only one.
Speed gate, deflate gate. What you mean? Talk about spy gate. I say spy gate.
I want you to think about it like this. I want you to think about it like this. Outside of Tom Brady, Gronkowski, Aaron Hernandez, name me 4 other Patriots who contributed that you could just think of off the top of your head for that 7-year run. They did that joint with 5th round draft picks, 7th round draft picks.
Wasn't Edelman? Edelman wasn't up in there.
Edelman is a low. Edelman's like a 7th round draft pick.
Edelman was a baller though. What you talking about?
Edelman was a quarterback in college. They converted to wide receiver, bro. He's not a high pick. I'm saying, you notice the Patriots don't have salary cap problems. That's coaching, bro. That's coaching.
I'm not denying none of that. But when you have the other team plays, that's coaching too. When you still in their plays and got somebody, videotaping there,
that was one incident. You can't tell me.
Tom Brady did that.
Huh?
Tom Brady did that.
Yeah, he was part of it. He was the one at the practice with the camera.
Check this out. They lost how many Super Bowls? They lost how many Super Bowls? They lost to the Eagles. They lost to the Giants twice, right?
Yeah. Right.
He got 7 rings. That mean he been to what? 10 Super Bowls?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's 7-3, right?
Help Craig out with the man.
I'm not. What I'm saying is, I'm not calling him. I'm not saying that he's not a great quarterback. I'm just saying it's no question beside that. It's no asterisk. It's no. We're just gonna let it just be. Let it be.
No asterisk.
He was suspended. I mean, what else you wanted? What else you want? I mean, they got suspended and fined. What I mean,
behind that, man.
It's no asterisk to think about.
Ain't no asterisk behind that.
All right.
I mean, how much you really gonna involve that they was deflating the footballs? I mean, how much you gonna look into that for real?
I mean, it made the news. It was national coverage for about 3 or 4 months. We talk every incident. Every incident was the top of the news for like 3 or 4 months when it happened.
But it was a
cold weather situation.
So you're going to just totally discount like the other 12 games that he won before they got caught with that one?
Before they got caught. That's the thing. Before they got caught. You said it. Before they got caught. We just gonna skirt right by all the other games that they won before they got caught cheating.
It was a cold weather thing, Craig.
Okay.
It was a cold weather thing.
All right. So we all gonna speed right past that. Tom Brady's the GOAT. I concede. You're right. All right. Yep. All right. So Wildcats Podcast, coaching out for some Wildcat Studios. We on Facebook, we on YouTube. And we're talking NFL football. Let's switch gears. Since we're talking about cheaters and since we're in that realm, let's take it right to the MLB. Let's go to Major League Baseball real quick and talk about Barry Bonds getting snubbed from being in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. His numbers: 14 times Major League Baseball All-Star, 12 times Silver Slugger Award, 8 times Golden Glove Award, 762 career home runs, 73 home runs in a single season, more than 2,500 walks.
That's that
7
education right there.
7 MVP awards. Come on now.
Watch him out.
Come on now. This dude's numbers.
And you saying what? Nobody's saying anything about his numbers, Craig. Nobody disputing his numbers and what he did. And the whole thing is steroids. And
TDE.
And from what Deion Sanders said on his IG, he said that Barry Bonds never was even tested positive for steroids. After all that, he never was tested positive.
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
So it's a snub. So I'm like, what the fuck? It's crazy, man.
Oh, well,
it's ridiculous. The numbers are crazy. His numbers are like, he got better numbers than Brady, Jordan. I mean, come on now. He in his sport, his numbers. He is the GOAT.
White people are smoking. They're not that. But probably out of that, all these sports they got left, that's quote unquote probably more at this point in time, probably white person laden than anything else.
Hockey.
Even though you got Spanish folks and black folks in it, it's still a mostly like white person type of sport. They're not gonna let that dude in. They couldn't catch him. There's no reason for him not to be in there.
Nope.
What else you gonna say? And you figure all the people that vote for the ballots, I would guarantee you the predominant amount of them are Caucasian.
So tell me, back, how does his numbers? How does this compare? We could point out all this, and he gets stuck. You know, he doesn't get none of the GOAT. He doesn't get all that talk. But we give it to Brady. But Brady got some air around him.
He ain't won a World Series.
Yeah, come on.
Did he win a World Series?
I'm just asking the question.
Did he win a World Series?
I don't know. Let me. That's the only thing he ain't got. That's the only thing he ain't got.
Okay, so that's your answer right there. You can stop the hate.
Oh, so
he didn't win a World Series.
Yep.
So that's why we can say forget him.
So basically, he's the Black Dan Marino.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yep.
All right.
Great numbers.
He ain't got no rings. Okay.
Nope.
All right.
Rings.
But now Mark McGwire didn't get in either. Who was
because him and
accused of the same thing.
But that Bama done got caught like a couple times, I think.
Yeah.
That's
red-handed.
That's why they didn't let A-Rod in either.
And Pete Rose is not in.
Pete Rose should be in.
It wasn't steroids. He was gambling. He was gambling.
Yeah, right. He shouldn't be in.
It's still
Why shouldn't he?
It's still a scandal in the way that you call it, Craig Black.
He was banded. He was banded. He was banded. He did it. It's like you do your time. I mean, it's like what? I did my time, so I'm not rehabilitated.
Call it Backgate.
You say he was banded?
Call it Backgate, Gamblegate, whatever you want to call it.
Is that what he just said? He was banded? He banned. Okay, I got you. All right. When you said that threw me off for a second.
It's some Wildcats podcast coming to you live from the Zoom. Some Wildcats Studios. We live on Facebook and YouTube, and the talent is here, and he's taking over as Agent Asshole.
Y'all just gonna speed past that like I ain't
Hey, Black. We gotta give Bags a new name.
What's that?
That's the IG king right now.
He
on the road.
He don't come on. He don't come on the podcast enough to get any names. He don't show up far fluent.
Oh no, we get them jokes every day. That's the IG king right there.
Early in the morning, man. I get up at 5 o'clock every morning, man. So I just do that before I go to work, and that's it for the day, man.
Now I appreciate you, home, but that's your new name for me. IG Tony.
Oh my God.
I love the gram.
All right. So Wildcats podcast. Let's switch gears, man. Let's go to the NBA. Let's talk about NBA All-Star Game. The starters have been announced in the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. So for the Eastern Conference, we got Team Durant. Of course, every year Kevin Durant's going to do what he do over the East Side. You got Giannis, the Greek Freak, DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, of course.
DeMar DeRozan. You got Joel Embiid and Trae Young.
That's the only one I'm skeptical of as a starter.
Trae would put them numbers though. Trae put numbers.
No, I like Zach LaVine.
Who's gonna put in his place? Who's gonna put in his place?
Zach LaVine.
Zach LaVine can go there, but he ain't the point. But Zach LaVine can go there with them being in first place.
Yeah, I thought Zach LaVine would have got it.
I thought he would have got it over top of DeMar DeRozan, to tell you the truth. But
they both balling, bro.
They both doing it. That's the reason why they in first place. That's the reason why they're not a surprise what we talked about last show.
They hit to win the games too.
They are surprised. I don't know. I didn't concede they wasn't surprised, but you want to go pull some.
You know what else is an interesting stat? Neither the Eastern Conference top team or the Western Conference top team right now has a starter on either the All-Star teams.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Jonas is mainly for the fans anyway.
Say that again.
I thought
the Bulls was in first place.
Top teams in the West.
No, Miami's in the first place.
Miami got him.
Miami just jumped. Okay,
they jumped them.
They just jumped them.
But the Suns, they talking about the Suns in the West.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And neither one of those teams has an All-Star starter.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
true. That's because
let's go to the West.
Let's go to the West real quick. Let's go to the West real quick. You got the captain, LeBron James, 18 times.
Leading
the Joker, Steph Curry. This dude I think is the best young player in the league right now. This dude, Ja Morant.
Agreed.
He's a beast. He's a beast, man.
Incredible player.
And Andrew Wiggins. Wasn't he a former #1 pick at one time?
Yeah, he was from Timberwolves.
But that should be Devin Booker.
I would agree with that. I'd agree with that.
But he's a wingman.
It should be Devin Booker.
He's a wingman.
He's a wingman. We talking starters. I mean, I don't have
just starters.
But you gotta think. But Booker is one or two. Wiggins is a wingman. So either you take off Morant or you gonna take off Steph Curry.
Well, Booker's
another
you take off Wiggins.
Yeah,
but that's a wingman. That it doesn't. You can't replace him.
Another reason why
play the same position.
He doesn't.
Hold on 1 second. Go ahead, Anthony. Go ahead.
Now, another interesting stat about this whole All-Star thing is Aaron Wiggins right now, at the time that he was voted in, is the number 22 scorer in the NBA. So a lot of people question, like, how could he be just the number 22 and even be included on the starters list?
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with him being on there, but I don't
as a starter
because he got a lot of fans in Golden State or something, I guess, in the Bay Area.
Let me make sure that I'm correct about this. All the starters are placed by fan votes, correct?
50%. 50%.
50%.
They changed the criteria.
Yeah, they changed it. 50%.
It used to be the fan vote, but the criteria changed.
Now it's 50% is fan votes.
Another quick thing or whatever. I see that Steph Curry only got eight All-Star. How many years has Steph Curry been in the league?
Like 12 or 14, 12 or 14, something like that.
That's crazy. I mean, he's only got eight.
But you gotta think, Tony. The first few years, remember he had ankle problems. He was hurt.
Yeah,
he was there with Ellis. Ellis was there.
Golden State wasn't winning.
Probably his first 4 or 5 years, he wasn't.
Right.
He was.
I'm just saying. I see that number.
Problems.
I mean, I just see that number with LeBron. 18. Curry kind of getting up there in age. I just thought he would have more than 8 appearances in the All-Star game.
I think this is his 11th or 12th year, but he didn't really start. That team didn't really start getting that national recognition until Mark Jackson got there that year when they finally went first in that division.
Right.
And then
I think Mark Jackson took that to get rid of Ellis and said, "I'm keeping."
But he was hurt though. I mean, Ellis had to kind of pick up the slack when Curry was hurt in the beginning.
Yeah.
The first 3 or 4 years, he was hurt.
Yeah, he had ankle problems. Yeah, big kind of ankle problems.
Yeah.
All right, so Wildcats Podcast coming to you live from Wildcat Studios. We live on Facebook, YouTube. We talking NBA right now. A little bit of Eastern Conference standings right here for you. This actually came out yesterday.
Yeah, your Wizards are in 10th place, man. They might make the play-in game, man.
Like they did.
They stopped giving up 35-point leads.
My God!
I mean, look how close. Look how close is from 7th to 10th. It's only a few games.
Few games.
Yeah, it's only a few games.
And the Wizards lost like almost 2 of them games on last second shots. That's how they lost in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, regardless of how they lost, they lost.
Them Bama's at number 11 or 12 on that list.
It ain't no asterisk beside it, Craig.
You know what? All right, let's go to the Western Conference real quick. You got the Suns 39-9, the best overall record in the NBA. And that's how they not have no starters. That's kind of the travesty for real.
Besides Booker, who would you put on there?
He talking about Chris Paul.
Yeah, but then you got 3. But to Derek's point, then you got 3 point guards on there. John Moran is a point. Steph Curry is a point.
That's the whole point. Who are you gonna take off? You ain't gonna take off Steph. You're not gonna take off John Moran. That's why he got snubbed.
Look at that record though, boy.
Yeah, but look what Steph doing. Look what John Morant doing. I mean, you gonna take off? Nobody gonna take off John Morant. He's leading as far as MVP.
Oh, the Grizzlies number 3 in it. I didn't know they were that high. Okay, all right.
And I'm rooting for Monty Williams too, because he's a PG County dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Monty Williams with the Potomac.
Okay. All right. Well, that does an NBA. Some Wildcats Podcast comes to you live from the Zoomverse, from the Some Wildcat Studios. We're gonna switch gears hard, real quick, real hard. We're gonna go to
pause.
Let's talk about. Let's talk about.
You had to say it twice. First time.
Play your song, Black.
Let's go to politics. Let's go to politics real quick. We're gonna talk about Gary Chambers Jr. He is a Democratic candidate for the state of Louisiana. Really who is Gary Chambers Jr.? Who is he? Let's find out.
Democrat senatorial candidate who?
His name's Gary Chambers, and he's challenging Senator John Kennedy.
Use my constitutional right. I can't put a gun to a man's head.
You make $100 million investment and create some jobs for Spookies and Ray Rays in North Baton Rouge and see how crime reduces. Of the top 10 states in America, not a single one is in the Deep South.
A man got killed in this community, and you did nothing about it.
Now, you know better than all of us, even though we sent you here. Louisiana is the most incarcerated place in the world. If you could lock them up to reduce crime, we would be the safest place in America. So I'm asking you to do what is in the best interest of we, the people. You can't tell us that a $110 million investment is the same as a $40 million investment. That's taking marble floors out of my house and putting vinyl down and telling me you didn't decrease the value of my property. We ain't stupid.
No, we ain't stupid at all. But that's a snapshot of who he is. But he's making national news. He's trending because of his campaign ad, because he's doing this on his ad.
37 seconds. Someone is arrested for possession of marijuana. Since 2010, state and local police have arrested an estimated 7.3 million Americans for violating marijuana laws, over half of all drug arrests. Black people are 4 times more likely to be arrested for marijuana laws than white people. States waste $3.7 billion enforcing marijuana laws every year. Most of the people police are arresting aren't dealers, but rather people with small amounts of pot, just like me. I'm Gary Chambers, and I'm running for the U.S. Senate, and I approve this message.
Smoking a blunt on the front of his campaign ad.
But you want the black people to turn out to vote.
He said we the people. He said we the people.
Yeah, he one of the people.
The people are supporting him.
Hey, if he win his election, he gonna light one up on election night. That's what the victory cigars. They gonna be passing weed out of that joint. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that look like some backwoods. He wrapped that joint with too, boy. He ain't had no white boys.
Hey, but did you notice in a lot of the clips that they showed of him, there is not a whole bunch of black faces in a lot of those areas where he was, or those arenas that he was giving speeches in.
No, he was going to a lot, because that's when he first got recognition. He was going to a lot of those politicians. He's going to the
town hall,
voting town halls and stuff.
Yeah,
and then he would stand up and speak on a lot of people's behalf, because that's what he's really been getting notoriety in that.
At the end of the day, man, like you say, a person of the people. I mean, he looked like he of the people.
Yeah.
But you know what? His politics, in some of those clips, his politics sound real good, but are they going to get clouded because of that ad? Are people going to actually get away from him? The Republican side, what they're going to do. The Fox News, how they're going to pitch it. He's a weed head. How you going to put this man in?
They was going to do that anyway, even if he wasn't a weed head.
Keith, can you give your patent to the phrase when Craig brought this up?
Nah, I'm gonna let him go ahead and get it out. I'm just gonna be quiet on this.
Because I thought it started off somewhere like, I don't live.
He doesn't live in Louisiana.
I don't live in Louisiana. I don't vote in Louisiana, and I don't smoke weed. So this is not a topic for me.
We talk about worldwide news.
This ain't worldwide news.
We don't just talk about news in the DMV.
This ain't worldwide news. That sounds like somebody from No Limit, from the No Limit camp down in New Orleans.
He said No Limit camp.
Might as well let Master P run.
And I would like to say I saw Keith sparking up a blunt last week, so I don't know what he was talking about. He was feeling fine, had him a 40 and a fat ass time.
Yeah, I'm high on life, Slim.
So Wildcats Podcast, we have for some Wildcat Studios. Just a little politics, man. I think that it's very interesting. We should follow that dude. Well, Keith is going to follow him to see if he actually is elected. That's what he's going to do. He's going to keep an eye on that for us. He's going to be our election correspondent for that. For Mr. Gary Chambers.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned to my report.
Stay woke, people. Stay woke.
Yeah, because Craig is the master of deception.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Doing it for my brother. He's here. He's here in spirit. The brother minister. All right. Let's switch back to the NFL real quick and go to the NFC, AFC championship games coming up tomorrow. Matter of fact, and in the AFC, they play first. You got the Bengals taking on Kansas City Chiefs, 3:00, CBS. So who you running with, fellas? Who you got? Who's going to
Kansas City, LA?
Yeah, I'm going both. Yeah,
I got Kansas City and San Francisco in the rematch.
I got the Bengals and the Rams. And before we get into that, we need to talk about how good those games was last week.
That was probably the best playoff,
playoff
games I've ever seen.
Everything went down to the last possession or went into overtime. Those were great games.
Well, I will honestly say, from a coaching perspective, I was cringing every time I saw these dudes 12 yards back in prevent defense, giving up. You know what I'm saying? That jump was ridiculous, man.
Yeah, 18 seconds.
That was crazy.
18 seconds
left. I know it was 13 seconds, and he went down and scored and got in scoring position.
So was it great? Was it great football or terrible coaching on defense on both sides?
It was coaching. It was coaching to not win. They stopped doing
or not lose.
When Kansas City.
So let's say scared money don't make none. How about that?
Yeah, that's where you go with. Because when Kansas City went up and they were up by the 7 points, and Buffalo needed 8 points. That last series where Josh Allen went straight down the field, they basically was playing prevent defense. Safeties back, corners back 8, 10, 12 yards, and then that last play, man, when my man made my man fall down, that jump was ridiculous, man.
Oh my God.
That was
embarrassing. My God.
That jump was ridiculous, man.
Oh my God. But we saw,
like he had a basketball out there on the field, crossing them up.
Right. We saw where the prevent defense actually worked in San Francisco's favor against the Cowboys, where they put all their DBs along the sideline.
Yeah, but
we saw how that worked But
that
this
worked
backfired on them
because the Cowboys ain't had 3 timeouts. So the logic behind that is, why would you play that type of defense where the dude still had 3 timeouts? So even if you tackled him 10 yards over the ball,
still stop the clock.
It didn't make sense to me why they were doing that. And then that last play, for my man to be that far outside with that single receiver, and them give up the middle of the field, it's almost like, you never know how you respond in the moments till you get in the moment. Yeah. It's just at that moment, I think they just made the wrong calls defensively.
Well, I know for a fact his ass ain't prepared to fall down like he did. He got hit with that bop bop.
Oh, no doubt.
He ain't did no workout for that.
Hey, but at the end of the day, they was talking about they should have squib kicked it. Like, I fully understand why they kicked it, because you're betting it's 13 seconds. That means they got to go at least 50, 60 yards to get in field goal range.
Tony, you betting on your number one defense. They've been all year. You betting on your defense on top of that.
No ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Right.
So I'm okay with them kicking the ball deep, but I mean that was incredible poise and awareness by everybody on Kansas City's team, from the receivers to the quarterback to the lineman. Everybody understood the assignment. When my man.
So you saying Dallas? You saying Dallas didn't understand their assignment when they came down to the
pretty much.
No, you just said it. You just said it.
These dudes sound like an IG meme.
It's just what they do.
Pretty much. Yeah. When everybody knows 16 seconds in the two play rule, them dudes get paid for a living for that. I'm just solely surprised that don't happen like that.
Yeah.
But the one before that where Tyreek Hill caught that little slant and took it, just outran everybody. That
deuces
right there got me too.
Yeah, right. He gave him the deuces
at the 20-yard line.
Like, he threw the deuces up like 25 yards away from the end zone.
Right.
That joke was ridiculous right there.
That man, he should got a penalty for that too, man. That was disrespectful. He should got a penalty.
He does it all the time. You know what? He does it all the time.
The ref was like, "Nah, this game is too good."
We're not going to let that impact this game right here.
That
was disrespectful.
Because they called it in the Super Bowl when my man did it back to him in the Super Bowl. They were supposed to. That's definitely taunting. That's the
taunting like a
rule right there.
That's the rule right there.
But them dudes is like, nah, they gonna bomb my house.
Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to Greg Steed for being the alternate backup ref in the Super Bowl.
No doubt.
To our homeboy living in Chillum, Maryland. You know what I mean?
From the neighborhood representative.
Yes, sir. He's the alternate backfield judge.
Greg Steed.
Yeah.
And Greg Steed, tell Darlene we said what's up too, man.
Oh Lord. It's some Wildcats podcast coming to you live from Wildcat Studios.
No shade on that.
We live on Facebook, YouTube. All right, real quick. Y'all say who's going to win. Give me a prediction who's going to actually win the Super Bowl. Is it
LA. I think LA gonna be like Tampa Bay was last year.
I got Kansas City winning it.
I go with KKC.
Who you got, Key?
I'm still around with Joe Burrow, man.
What? Oh no.
So you go with Joe Burrow.
He got sacked 9 times last game. He got sacked 9 times, man.
Is he playing them all?
The only reason Keith is running with Joe Burrow is because of his fantasy football. That's the only reason. Because this Bama gave him
the
Bama gave him 83 points back-to-back weeks in fantasy football, and now he's everything Joe Burrow.
I like his poise. I like the only thing you forgetting he won a national championship at LSU, right?
Okay, this is Super Bowl.
He's a game away from it, right?
And I will guarantee.
I like his poise.
Chief, you saw those games. Those games, they didn't make mistakes from Kansas City to even to the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? You can't be going to hit the ground 9 times or more. And they go.
The only thing that worries me about KC is that defense and stuff, man, and them just giving up big plays and stuff.
And he's going to make the big plays against that defense.
The Bengals are explosive and stuff. So
here's what I'm going with.
Telling y'all, the X factor will be OBJ's will be the X factor. Watch.
I'm telling you this.
Yeah, he been bold.
Jamar Chase is going to get the Stephon Diggs treatment. 3 catches for like 20 yards, and they're going to make everybody else beat him.
And guess where else they're going to go? They're going to go right on the other side.
They got 2 other ones. They got 2
remember,
other ones.
when they do that, I don't think they got 42 in the clip.
That's how Gabriel got off. He got the 3 touchdowns.
He don't have that time. He don't have that much time to check down 1 and 2 and go to the third option.
Time out. He asked me what my pick was. I gave my pick. Why is this being a big problem when everybody else's pick is cool?
Because
that's what I'm saying. Get your asses off my back, man.
I'm just telling you, Mahomes got 42 in the football.
All I'm gonna say is y'all know y'all gonna hear it when it come to it, and it get down to them making it to the Super Bowl. Y'all gonna hear about it on the next episode.
Hey, don't be surprised though that they don't remember that he threw for 500 on them last time.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
And Chase had 266.
Don't think the defense don't remember that. And
Chase had 266
last week.
But you said that as a great defensive coach. I know that bothered you too. It got up underneath your skin, didn't?
Oh, no doubt. If I'm that defensive coach, I'm coming in on Monday on the board. It's like 500.
Them niggas was running on. They was running on Monday. They was running Sunday night, wasn't it?
Yep.
All right, this is Wildcats Podcast coming to you live from us on Wildcats Studios. We live on Facebook, we live on YouTube, man, and we're gonna switch gears again real hard, and we're gonna go to our hometown, Hyattsville, Maryland. Sad story. The mayor of Hyattsville, Kevin Ward, committed suicide. Mental health is real. It's serious, and I don't know what else to really say. I didn't even really know that Hyattsville. As long as I lived here, I didn't know we had a mayor here in Hyattsville, Maryland. It's kind of crazy. But
every local municipality has a mayor.
Has a mayor, man.
They never really. You never really. Okay, I didn't know. Damn, beat me up. God damn, I said I didn't know.
That's a very small-minded statement you just made, Craig. But you
can
talk about somebody in the
I didn't know who the man was.
I didn't know who the mayor. I've never heard.
Take the picture down right quick for me, Craig, so I can talk to you.
We never talked about the mayor. No, I'm gonna leave it up because I don't want you to talk about. We never talked about the mayor from Hyattsville ever before. This is something serious. Y'all sitting here joking about it.
Well, we wouldn't be talking about him now if he ain't commit suicide either. So I mean,
man, it's sad, man. It's sad.
You just never know what folks going through, man. And
hold on, man. Hold on. Time out. Did this dude just get up and sit back down in the middle of the podcast?
Hey, man,
he ain't even been here long. He ain't even been here in a while.
Oh man, I do that all the time. Hey Tony, don't be mad. I do that all the time.
I tried to get serious for a second, but you can see how that went.
Yeah.
So, but if you need to talk to somebody,
Tony, next time, just hit that right there next time.
Hey, Craig, Anthony Parker said he ain't know there was no mayor either. So you ain't alone.
Thanks, Parker. I appreciate that, Parker. Thanks, man.
There you go.
But this is you know what's crazy? Right around the corner from the Hyattsville courthouse and where the mayor is and all that in Hyattsville lives the National Suicide Hotline. I actually worked there part-time for a little while, and the number's right here. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. It's 1-800-273-8522. So it's incredible. You never, like Keith just said, you never know what somebody's going through, and if you need to talk to somebody, pass the number along, call them, and just talk, man. You know, when I worked the hotline, the biggest thing they told you to do was just listen. They taught you listening skills, and you take things for granted. What you say to people, go saying okay, I understand. Those are the biggest talking points when you're on the hotline. I understand. You know, you giving them somebody to throw all their baggage, to unload all that onto you. So if you need that ear, once again, I'll put the number up there. It's 1-800-273-8522, man. It's suicide, mental health.
Not to make light of this, but Craig, you know that can carry over to other aspects of your life, right? You don't just have to use it at your part-time job. All of those tools and skills that you say you learned, just listening and not over talking people.
What?
He started out saying
meeting next week,
but he started out saying, "I don't mean to make light of it," and then he went ahead and made light of it.
He had a legit point. I agree with him.
I bet you do. As a son should to a father. So Wildcats Podcast, go with you live. It's a Wildcat Studios. We're gonna switch gears, and we're gonna go to let's talk about a question for the fellas. How about this? A question for the fellas. What lady?
No comment.
Comes first in your life, fellas? What ladies comes first in your life? Is it your wife? Is it your mom? Is it your baby mama? or is it your daughter? What woman comes first in your life, fellas? Help me out. I don't have a daughter, so I gotta, y'all pointed that out to me viciously. I'm like, I don't have a daughter. Okay, I don't have a daughter. But I'll start off with this. Since y'all scared to say it, I'm gonna go ahead and say the first woman that I loved in my life. I'm gonna say my mom. I don't have her anymore. She's gone. But that's how I put my mom the first woman in my life. Dirk, you want to speak on it, Dirk? You want to jump in the first?
No, I would agree. I would agree that as well. My mother will be the first person that I truly loved, and I'm fortunate to have my mother still around.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely can concur with that, because it's my wife and my daughter. That I love them with all my heart as well. So
it's a tie. You're saying it's a tie. I'm going with you, Derek.
I ain't think that's what he said. I think he said what he said.
Good answer.
So you ain't gonna speak on it, Tony?
It's a tie.
It's a tie.
Yes.
It's a tie.
Yeah, because I have my lovely wife and my daughter right here off of camera. It's equal. It's equal.
Okay, it's equal. Okay.
Whatever
Miss Bagley, Miss Bagley.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go, and this the margin on this is real small and stuff, man. But I will go mom, and then there's gonna be a tie for my daughters and my wife and stuff. But it's interesting because when you just asked this question, I sat back and asked, am I a good father, son, and husband? And which one am I better at? And I'm still mulling over which one I'm better at and stuff. So
probably none of the above.
Yeah, that's real talk. That's real talk. No, to the extent that they deserve. That's real talk.
Yeah. Oh,
when you split yourself in multiple places, that's what jack of trades, master of none type situation. Mm-hmm. You're trying to satisfy multiple things at a time. You're gonna fall short at some point, somewhere. Somebody gonna be mad at you. You just try to limit that as much as you can.
Hey, but we still haven't heard from Keith yet. Keith, who comes first, Keith?
Oh, my answer is gonna be I hear you. I agree. Call that number you just put up there. But what you was just saying though, it's like, okay, you put it in your order, but that don't necessarily mean that that's the order that them ladies in your life see.
Right.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't even no way that you can really answer that, because you may see it one way and they see something completely different. So, but I think I'm gonna go, basically go with the consensus. We here because of our moms, and my daughters are here because of my wife. So, is same thing everybody else been saying.
Well, I'm down to two because I'm like Craig. I lost my mom in 2010. So it's a balancing act between trying to keep my wife and my daughters happy all at the same time. So it just depends. I mean, some days I do a better job of it, and some weeks I don't. And trying to balance and try to keep yourself mentally stable and happy at the same time.
That's key.
As dads, I mean, it's a lot of sacrifice that goes with that. I mean, I know I do things that for the benefit of others that may not benefit me. Just part of what you have when you sign up for the husband and the dad role.
Yeah,
that's real. That's real.
I wish I could be a better at all three of them and stuff, man. And it's a work in progress and a challenge on a daily basis, an hourly basis in some cases and stuff. I just took a 5-hour ride.
Give up the slogan. What's our slogan?
Oh yeah, there's no manual to this shit. There's no manual to this shit, man. But I just took a 5-hour ride with my wife and my daughters in the car, and just combating, trying to make both happy in a 5-hour car ride and stuff. And it's just
how many times you switched the radio station?
No.
I gave that up a long time ago.
Yeah, the AirPods are on. You can forget that. They ain't heard nothing you said.
You got one going through one the window up, one the window down. What do you do? It's just like, well, I'm hot. I got these hot flashes. The other one, it's cold in here, and it's like, oh Lord.
Hey, look, and we know you got to make your stop at your spot. So which spots? How you get the dinner spots together, or the way you gonna eat at? How you get that out the way?
Well, luckily on this particular trip, I went to my spot. We got carry out, and they wanted to go to the spot that they went to was the same one and stuff. But it's a challenge and stuff, man.
That's always a challenge. Eating. That's always a challenge.
Damn, that's the next question, boy. Food, man. That's God damn, that is so damn hard. I don't know why that is so hard.
It can never be on the same page. Me and my wife, we just like whatever y'all choose, we'll figure it out.
I let them figure it out.
They can't never be on the same
page. We go. It ain't worth the argument.
Why the fuck is it so damn hard to make a decision? It's
that damn it don't matter. Only matter when it ain't what they want.
Because we gave them choices when we grew up.
Yes.
You know, it was like food on the table. You eat. It wasn't no.
That's what you ate.
I need this. I need that, or something separate. Is that if you eat that on the table, or you don't eat? We don't. We don't.
But you know what? But you know, it's interesting because me and my wife talk about this all the time. The way we were reared was different. Like I was just reared the exact same way Derek just described it and stuff. Whatever my mother put down there, that's what I ate. My wife grew up primarily under her grandmother, and her grandmother had multiple grandkids and other kids, and she might make in the course of a day 3 or 4 different meals for a setting. Somebody might get spaghetti, somebody might get chicken, and somebody might get turkey. And so my wife grew up giving my kids choices. Well, I'm like, ain't no choice. Crazy, you got some cereal in there, you got some milk in there, and so I'm seeing it today when we compete. Yeah. You can microwave or you can boil them and stuff, man. And
eat that liver and that gravy and that spinach.
Oh my God, man!
You done.
No way.
You
done. Option. Whatever the bill was for that night, you was eating or you was going to bed hungry.
Yeah, right.
There was no choice.
Slim, I done sat at a mini table with the lights out and everything, looking at some liver that I did not want to eat.
Man.
Don't you get up until you finish. I'm sitting there looking at that y'all like,
with that yellow rice, boy. Yeah.
Oh, you cold as a mug now.
But I gotta respect as a husband and as a father where my wife is coming from in the way she's rearing my kids and stuff, because it's like I had to learn that's not a battle I even fight anymore. So now we go out. We may, if it's 4 of us in the car, I don't care what we eat at. I'm gonna eat somewhere wherever it is, but I might stop at 3 different spots.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I might stop in 3 different spots.
I ain't doing that.
What's crazy is I have a little bit different because I tried to raise Craig.
I ain't going to 3 different places.
I tried to raise Craig. I got a wife and 2 daughters, man. And he was like, he'd be like, no, I want this. I'm like, nah, I cooked that, dude. That's what you're gonna eat. But I got a new wife. My wife we only been married a year now, and it's like she'll been to his like, oh, but let him have this, let him have. I'm like, nah, that nigga gonna eat what I said he gonna eat. She tried to be all nice.
I love you. I'm gonna hold a comment I was getting ready to make about that. We'll talk about that off the air because I don't want no problem. We'll finish your story.
Niggas, they always gotta take it to the left, boy. Always gotta go left with stuff. But I'll be like, nah, that dude gonna eat what the hell I put up there going to eat.
And she end up getting her way, right?
No, not when I'm around, no. But when I'm not here and I'm out doing something or whatever, I like you feeding whatever you want. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do. It's on y'all. If I ain't got to do with it,
in about another year, you won't even care. You just be getting bullied, don't even know what's happening.
Yeah. Well, CJ will be gone. CJ will be gone in a couple of months anyway. Yeah.
But still, it's different. It's different when it's one sibling as well. When it's one child, it's different than 2. And maybe you say 3 is, you know what I'm saying? You could probably get away with that with one child. But if you got two children and they both want something, you just be like, you make it happen. It's kind of hard because let me say our situation. My daughter don't eat meat, and that's all my son eats meat. So it's like we have to. You know what I'm saying?
Love steak.
We have to. We have to. Right. He's a steak eater, no matter what. And the most expensive steak there is, and he will eat it all.
Okay, so you know when your adjustment is going to happen, when he realizes that he don't make the money that you make, and he got to start paying for himself.
When is that going to happen? That's not going to happen. No, that's not going to happen no time soon.
Yeah,
right. Until he make his own money. Yeah,
he gonna see them bills for them steaks come through. He was like, oh.
Yeah, but you know what? You honestly, you can't be mad at him because that's all he knows. Whenever I want a porterhouse or a roof crisp,
Yep.
that's where my parents are going to take me. And you can't, like, if at some point, like, I used to get mad about that. I'm like, these kids don't appreciate what I'm doing, blah, blah. And then I had to understand that, or I had to learn that this is all they know. It's like, you know, this is the way we reared them and the way we raised them. And because of that, this is the product of that. And I can't be mad at what I basically made. Stuff.
Oh, you'll be mad. You still be mad about it. Then you just got to get it out. Once you get it out, you're good about it. But you still be mad about that.
In that same circumstance, what I ended up doing, even though while I was doing that, I explained to them that, you know, when you finish school, when you first come out, you can't live. You want to live like this. I told them it takes this amount of money to live this way, and probably you're not going to be able to do that as an incentive to say that not to say that you can't do it. But, you know, the quicker you get to done what you need to get done and get where you need to be, the quicker you can live like this.
Yo,
Tony, you're talking practical versus theory.
Yeah.
It all sounds good in theory and stuff, man.
My son made reservations for 4th with the child for my birthday. Wow. For my birthday. I don't even get to choose where I want to go for my birthday. Wow. And he wants the most expensive steak there. He don't even get the one, you know, to cut the food off for you. He already made reservations for it. You know, that's what we go through.
That's my dude, Lil Durk. I love that little nigga. All right. So Wildcats Podcast just turned into fatherhood, parenting 101 up in this joint. We're coming to you live from some Wildcat Studios, and we're gonna switch subjects. We're going to talk about a subject that Keith brought up, and Anthony sent me this actual little article on it. This is a nurse, Julie Davino. I don't know how you pronounce her last name, but she's a nurse in Long Island, New York, and she was arrested for allegedly making $1.5 million in 3 months off of fake vaccination cards. That is a hustle.
It's actually two of them.
It's actually two.
She has an accomplice. I sent you the updated version to this too.
Okay, well, I didn't have time to pull that one up.
Yeah, they were selling them for $400 or $500.
No, they were selling them for
280 and 85.
It was
280 for adults,
220
85
for
kids,
and 85 for kids.
The price went down from what I heard.
When they raided her house, they found $900,000 in cash.
Wow.
God.
Damn.
So you could tell
somebody cash. Everybody paying cash.
You don't let keep the money in the house.
But this is the other thing that they was doing too, though. They was going to the New York
into the New York health system, and actually entering those people's names in there saying that they were vaccinated when they actually wasn't. That's why we keep running into all these different damn variants, and we ain't gonna never get out of this shit.
Yeah.
They were lying. They were doing lies on top of lies on top of lies.
Yes.
I mean, that's the only way to do it.
And look, her husband
throw the vials away of the vaccine to make this stuff match too.
Right. But then her husband is actually a Long Island police officer.
Wow.
And so they're trying to find out, how implicit he is in this whole thing and stuff. So,
but they did find her. They did have a 44-year-old lady was her accomplice that was doing it with her, and they were both entering the information into the system. But all they charged her with was basically forgery and fraud.
She's white.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you charge her with, though.
But I'm saying that. Well, they said the fraud.
Remember when it happened to Antonio Brown, they told me that was a felony.
Right.
Yep.
It could be a felony, but what's the charge? Like what charges? Like, but
She's
what charges?
Falsifying vaccination records.
That's fraud. That's fraud.
That's a federal offense. That's
right. No, but they called out the forgery first. Is what I'm saying. They kind of threw me off.
Here you go, Keith. I got your article too. The other young lady.
Yeah, but it was a whole story behind it too. If you can see the clip that was down there, Craig. I don't know if you can see that part of it, but it was a whole story with it too.
It took them 3 months to damn. That's a hell of a hustle.
A lot of people in New York didn't want to get that vaccine shot.
A lot of people lying.
I wonder who ratted them out, though. That's the question, bro.
They probably slipped up on something and stuff, man. But to Tony's point and stuff, man, they probably had to get the vials, act like they actually did it, throw those vials away, and then logged us what was in the system and stuff. To make it reconcile and match. They probably had like a little system that they were working. I'd be interested to find out how they got caught though.
Yeah, they said it was just data. There was data entry as far as I don't know if they were actually dealing with the vials, but this was just data entry, putting false numbers in the system, showing that they were vaccinated on this date or that date.
See, and that should be different. That should be different. There's one thing selling the cards.
So probably for them to do that, let's say they got a certain amount of vaccines that come in.
No, I get what you're saying. I just didn't see that part, in the story that I read.
That's the part they would enter into the system because it's a batch number that goes with your like
right.
Your
and they said that's where they were getting the false. That's where they were putting false information.
Yeah, yeah.
But they still make $1.5 million in 3 months.
It was a hell of a hustle until they got caught up.
A lot of people don't want to get vaccinated. That's what that means.
And they probably ain't know how to spend that, John, or where they was gonna put the money at right now. If you ain't used to dealing with that amount of money, and you got it that fast.
Because they didn't, right, exactly. They didn't realize they was gonna make that much. That's all that was. I mean, they just thought they'd probably sell a few to make the rent.
but
they
damn,
getting all kinds of calls.
At $220 for adults and $85.
6,000. I'm not even talking about the 85. I'm not even going to talk about the kids, but just the adults alone will be 6,818 different people.
Oh yeah,
that's lying.
They was working, bro. They was working.
Yeah.
And look, they sitting in that joint like, here's my vaccination card. I don't need no mask.
Hey, Craig, that wasn't a hustle. That was an enterprise. That's a difference. That was
and
an
look,
enterprise, right?
Maybe
there.
that's what this new variant is from the Omicron jump. The new variant is called BA. You know what that BA stand for?
What?
Big Apple.
I wouldn't surprise me.
That's crazy. That's why they got a mandate in New York now. That's what the problem right there.
You'd be surprised, man. I was in Staten Island last weekend, man, and I went to LA Fitness.
Yeah.
When I say I was the only person in there with a mask, it was crazy. Like nobody's walking around.
Is anybody else like you feel weird when you go in with a mask and everybody looking at you like you the person that's sick?
They can look at me all they want to.
With the exception of that situation, or being up in New York last weekend and stuff, I'm in North Carolina right now, and everybody just walking around with masks on and stuff. So it's more so. Yeah, it's
like places where I walk in with the mask and keep mine on, and people just look at me weird, like, "Oh, you're not gonna take your mask off?" I'm like, "Nah."
Yeah, but they know you're a weird dude, so they probably just used to you being weird and shit. So
what you know what's crazy is the numbers in New York are through the roof, and they didn't have wearing masks.
They've been through the roof.
It's crazy.
But you got to think it's a lot of people that's letting their guard down. If they think everybody's vaccinated, they letting their guard down, and it's folks that's lying.
But he ain't like I was in Virginia at the LA Fitness and they would nobody there had their mask on either. I was in there. I was in on the treadmill trying to die with the mask on.
Man, pull like this. I was in that jump about to pass out, man. I was in that jump, and look, I could see the little indentation on my mask and so.
All right, so Wildcats Podcast coming to you live from some Wildcat Studios. We're getting toward the end of the show, fellas. We're gonna go to a new little thing. We're gonna do this week. It's called the meme of the week. Some memes that came through. This is a classic one last week when Brady got put out the playoffs. Tom Brady with his shirt off like he's AB. Antonio Brown and Shannon Sharp hit him up. He gave him the peace sign. That was a classic one. And Agent Asshole was back. This one just came out. Tom Brady. He's now a Washington Wizard. He's going to be balling. He's the GOAT.
That's stupid. That's stupid. What's next?
They got the old Wizards jersey too.
That's stupid. What's the next?
Right there.
He's the GOAT now. He's a GOAT now. Tom Brady, Washington Wizard.
So y'all realize nobody else was included in this meme.
Nobody.
This is all Craig shit. That's also this right here. This is all Craig.
A meme of the Joker getting dressed like you're an asshole getting dressed because you got to go to work when there's an 8-year-old or YouTuber that's making $26 million. This
Another
shit
dumb one.
Joker,
Stupid, Craig.
Joker
you
face.
You need to vet this shit before you put this shit on.
All right. Assholes don't get to vet nothing. And this last one, because I think Tony gave me this one from his Pornhub site.
No way.
He said no way.
This actually came off of Snoop Dogg's IG, and smacking her ass during sex is old. Lift her wig and scratch her scalp. All right, okay. There you have it. Meme of the week. If y'all want to participate in that,
Craig's the only one that got a kick out of that. Exactly.
They was all his memes. Boo.
This about the time as a comedian you hit the mic and say, "Is this thing on?"
All right.
Yeah, where the tomatoes at on this jump? Throw some tomatoes at his ass.
Right.
With that being said, we're gonna get to what you come here for, the FIUU candidate of the week, and I believe we're gonna go hands down with Keith's pick. It's your man Fat Joe in his moon boots. And here he is right here.
Space boots.
Space
I
boots,
don't know.
moon, whatever you
I
want to
ain't gonna
call
lie.
them.
Kanye been wearing.
You right.
I don't know. Kanye been wearing some crazy shit lately. I don't know if y'all been checking him out.
He had some black boots like that. He had some black boots on like.
But Fat Joe looks stupid as hell in these damn moon boots, man. Look at, I mean, come on now, dude.
Hey man, where's boys at, man? Where's boys at?
Right, that's the difference. Like, can't nobody tell Kanye nothing, but Fat Joe usually got a terror squad around him to hold him accountable.
Them boots are doing exactly
Kanye, the shit that Kanye wear, and this shit
them
right
boots are
here.
doing exactly what they supposed to do, keeping that dude relevant. Because if he didn't have them boots on, we would not be talking about him right now.
He on the podcast every
he
week.
got his podcast. He got his podcast.
Are you talking about? Are you talking about his podcast?
We don't need them boots to talk about him.
Are you talking about his podcast? Or you talking about his boots?
Oh,
man, he on his
Fat Joe
podcast.
is never an attention whore. That's an attention whore pose and boots.
But then he got clowned on the internet by everybody. Avion Crockett put on some paper, some trash bags on this.
Just look like they from Lidl. Just Lidl make you get
some grocery bags. And then your boy Spice Adams jumped in there and put on some never-ending story heads from back in the day.
Now, those should have been included in your memes of the week, not that other shit.
That would work.
FIU.
But the bad part is, he got paid to wear them jokers and post a picture.
You think so?
I'm pretty sure.
You know what he probably did? He probably did.
Telling you, he got
I would
paid.
ask him, is the money worth it though?
Yo,
if we was friends, that'd be like
staying relevant, man.
Hey, look, that would never die like them slushy drinks that Craig had when he was up at the Syracuse game. That's as a true friend, you can never forget something like that.
He was right on the front row. He was right on the front row too.
Or the reason we do the FIU candidate of the week. Anyway.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
Oh yeah, that's how it started. You're right. That's how it started.
Whatever. FIU stands for fucking up university, and we're gonna give it to Fat Joe. What class? What we gonna put him in? What are you gonna run? What kind of scholarship he get?
We're gonna put him in home ec.
Home ec.
Yeah.
Nah, he's
a fashion design.
Fashion designer, so whatever that.
Home ec, you sewing and all that.
Man, this ain't high school. He said we talking about college.
All right, so Fat Joe, his paperwork has been processed. He's on a full ride. He got the scholarship to FIU, fucking up university. Y'all give it up one time for Fat Joe and his space boots, moon boots. One time, y'all. Fat Joe. All right. Well, there you have it. That is the show. Appreciate y'all checking us out. We're here every 2 weeks. So, Keith, our next show is coming up when?
I don't know. We need to look at that. That's the Super Bowl.
February the 12th.
We going live. We going live from the Super Bowl.
That's the 12th.
We going live from the Super Bowl.
Okay, so we may not be back, but the next show I think we are going to talk about the Ozarks.
It's not the Super Bowl though. It's the Saturday before.
It's the Saturday
It's
before,
Saturday.
and we need to bring up the Ozark. I think we're going to talk about Ozark season 4 part.
I meant to ask you. Did you want to do another follow up Ozark show?
I
We
ain't
don't want to do that shit. We don't want to.
I don't know. I think so because these episodes been good, man.
Everybody talking about it's good. I ain't started them yet.
I started two of them. I think I started looking at 2 of them.
All right,
yeah,
season 4 part 1. They're gonna come around with a part
yeah.
2. I believe in September or sometime in the fall. I don't know when exactly.
Okay, but time out. We be talking about the Ozark, but I think we be skimming over Power and BMF. We could
ain't
talk
skimming
about
over.
those too.
Yeah, you right. I don't look at Power.
I don't watch Power either. I'm sorry.
How you gonna call yourself Craig the critic and you don't watch Power?
No, but I'll be honest with you. Hey, Keith, you know what really turned me off from Power? And I hate to say this, Tyreek make me start watching it. No, I swear to God, Tyreek, like I just couldn't get beyond his character and stuff, man.
Hey, but who's worse, Tyreek or Jonah?
Right,
have you been watching this season?
Yeah, Jonah getting there, man. Jonah getting there.
He about to be a Tyreek in this mother.
Sorry, because I'm swear I be wanting to take a 2x4 up to that kid's head, man.
Yeah, it's same thing.
Yeah, let's say that for the next show. There you go.
All right, so
are you gonna be here?
Yeah, the 12th.
We appreciate that you're here today.
We
brought
like your energy,
some
man.
substance and everything.
On the
Yeah, we
12th.
like your energy, man.
Each and every week we show love to Black businesses. Once again, I got to show love out to PJ's Coffee in Bowie, Maryland. Shout out to my man Mike Harris and his beautiful wife out in Bowie, Maryland. Also to Henderson Automotive in Queenstown, Maryland. Been around for like 40-some years. Shout out to Henderson Automotive in Queenstown, Maryland.
My grandmother's LTD back in the day.
And also,
we fixed a lot of cars from back in the day for us.
Been around doing their thing, and we also show some love to our Black-owned business, our resident Black-owned business, Ezra Technologies. They specialize in
IT services. We branching out in a lot of different areas: trucking area, facility management, construction management. We getting into pest control. We get into all kinds of stuff.
Oh shit!
All right, okay.
Do your thing, Slim. Do your thing.
Right.
I got highlights too. I got a question for you.
Also, shout out to another Black-owned business, Farron Associates. We appreciate them. One time, Farron Associates, Black-owned, great tax service,
consulting, management consulting, and all your tax needs.
All right. So there you have it. Don't forget about the Berkeley Craig Shields Foundation bringing you Community Cuts for Kids 2022. We're going for 21 years in St. Louis, Missouri, and we'll be 5 years deep in Washington, D.C., the whole DMV area. Please go to the CraigShieldsFoundation.org and check us out. Community Cuts for Kids coming back real strong for 2022. Fellas, got anything else y'all want to say before we get up out of here, before we go?
Peace. Love y'all dudes, man.
All right.
Don't log off, Tony. Don't log off.
Thanks for checking us out. We appreciate y'all.
Out too.
And we'll see y'all on the next
after show. You might want to put some headphones on.
I said, now if you don't get that out of here.
Thank you all for listening to another episode of Some Wild Cats. We'll see you next time.